Electric cars are everywhere in 2026. Prices are dropping, charging networks are expanding, and governments are pushing for cleaner transportation. Because of this, many people believe one thing: fuel cars are finished. But the reality is more complex than that. Electric vehicles are growing fast. Yes, but fuel cars are not disappearing overnight. Instead, the car industry is going through a transition period where both technologies still exist, compete, and serve different needs. Today we will talk about electric cars are killing fuel cars. Here's the truth so. Before we start, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. 10. Electric cars are growing faster than ever. There is no denying the trend. Electric vehicles are growing at a rapid pace. Global EV sales continue to increase every year as more people switch from traditional fuel cars to electric options. Lower running costs, fewer moving parts, and government incentives have made EVs more attractive than ever before. In many countries, you can already see electric cars becoming a normal part of daily traffic instead of a rare sight. Big car companies are also investing heavily in electric models, which shows that this is not just a temporary trend. It is a long-term shift in the automotive industry. However, this growth often creates a misunderstanding. Many people assume that because EVs are rising quickly, fuel cars are disappearing. But in reality, growth does not automatically mean replacement. It means expansion of options in the market. 9. Fuel cars still dominate the roads even with EV growth. Fuel cars still dominate global roads in 2026. The majority of vehicles in use today are still petrol or diesel-powered. This is especially true in developing countries and rural regions where electric infrastructure is still limited. This means the entire system supporting fuel cars, gas stations, mechanics, spare parts suppliers, and fuel distribution networks is still deeply established worldwide. It is not something that can be replaced overnight. Think about it. This system has been built and improved over more than a century. Millions of people depend on it every single day. So even though electric vehicles are growing fast, fuel cars are still the backbone of transportation in most parts of the world. The shift is happening, but it is gradual, not sudden. 8. Charging infrastructure is still catching up. One of the biggest challenges for electric cars is charging availability. Even though charging networks are expanding every year, they are still not as fast, widespread, or convenient as traditional fuel stations. Gas stations are almost everywhere, and refueling takes just a few minutes. You pull in, fill up, and continue your journey without much delay. Charging an electric car is different. Depending on the charger type, it can take anywhere from 30 minutes to several hours to fully recharge. While fast chargers are improving this situation, they are still not as common as fuel stations in many areas. This creates a practical limitation. Long-distance travel often requires careful planning, especially in regions where charging stations are limited. In rural areas, this challenge becomes even bigger. Because of this, many drivers still prefer fuel cars for flexibility and convenience, especially for long trips or unpredictable travel routes. 7. Electric cars are cheaper to run. One of the biggest advantages of EVs is operating cost. Electric cars generally cost less per kilometer compared to fuel cars because electricity is cheaper than petrol or diesel in most regions. Over time, this difference becomes very noticeable. Daily driving, commuting, and ride-sharing can become significantly cheaper with an electric vehicle. Maintenance is another major advantage. EVs have far fewer moving parts compared to traditional engines. There are no oil changes, no exhaust systems, and fewer mechanical components that can break down. This means fewer visits to the workshop and lower repair costs overall. For many people, this is where EVs really start to make sense. Even if the initial purchase price is higher, the long-term savings can be substantial, especially for people who drive regularly or cover long distances every day. 6. Fuel cars still offer more flexibility. Fuel cars still have one major advantage: flexibility. Refueling is fast and widely available. Long-distance travel is easier without worrying about charging stops or waiting times. This makes fuel cars more practical in certain situations, especially where charging infrastructure is limited or travel distance is unpredictable. For many users, convenience still matters more than long-term cost savings. 5. EV range anxiety still exists. Even though electric car range has improved, some drivers still worry about running out of charge. This range anxiety is not always based on reality, but it still affects buying decisions. Until charging becomes as fast and widespread as fuel stations, this concern will continue to influence the market. 4. Governments are shifting the market. Many governments are actively encouraging electric vehicles through policies, incentives, and future regulations. Some regions are even planning restrictions on new fuel car sales in the coming years. This political pressure is one of the strongest forces pushing the market toward electrification. But transitions like this take time, and fuel cars will still remain on the road for many years even after new sales decrease. 3. Hybrid cars are the middle phase. Hybrid vehicles are becoming a major bridge between fuel and electric technology. They combine fuel engines with electric systems, offering better fuel efficiency without full dependence on charging infrastructure. This category is growing because it solves the transition problem between old and new systems. It shows that the shift is not sudden, it is gradual. 2. Fuel cars are not disappearing yet. Even with strong EV growth, fuel cars are still deeply embedded in global infrastructure. Repair shops, fuel supply chains, manufacturing systems, and consumer habits are all still heavily built around traditional engines. This means fuel cars will remain relevant for a long time, even if their dominance slowly decreases. 1. The real truth: it's not a replacement, it's a transition. Electric cars are not instantly killing fuel cars. Instead, the industry is going through a long transition phase where both technologies coexist. EVs are clearly the future direction, but fuel cars are still part of the present reality. Over time, electric vehicles will likely dominate new sales, but fuel cars will continue existing for years, especially in regions where infrastructure, cost, or practicality still favor them. The real truth is simple. This is not an overnight replacement. It's a slow global shift. What do you think about our video? Let me know in the comments below. Before you go, leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.